Good afternoon, everyone. Jonathan Davis here with Davis Autosports. Excited to offer you guys, as you see, a gorgeous 2000 Jeep Cherokee Sport XJ. Do want to let you guys know that these are the wheels and tires that are currently on it. These will be included if you want these wheels and tires at no additional cost. We have a lot of different wheels and tires here, whether you want something brand new or we have some really, we have a nice selection of factory Jeep Wrangler, Rubicon wheels, stuff like that if you want to swap out to maybe a different style wheel. But we'll do a quick walk around on this and then we'll get into some information about all the services that we did and more detailed information on the condition. We usually shoot our videos outside, but we have a lot of construction going on. This is one of 4 areas of our entire facility. This is just one of the workshops. The other ones are a little bit louder, believe it or not, and have a lot more going on, and some are also under construction. But as you see, for a 2000 with 150,000 miles, it's in absolutely pristine condition for the year and miles. Jeep honestly looks like a 40,000 mile Jeep. It's that nice. If you're familiar with us, you know we search the country for these in pristine condition and then bring them into our facility and fully service them, recondition them, just as we did this. So we'll start off with the paint and the body, and then we'll go into some more detail. We are shooting under extremely bright LED lights, so you can see this thing in its true condition. You can see the gloss, the sheen, the shine. This thing was completely paint corrected. It's about a 5-day process with 2 guys, and the end result is beautiful, beautiful paint. All original paint as well. Very hard to find an XJ this year with original paint that's this nice. All the black that you see on this Jeep has our full Kevlar package. So we don't spray this on the Jeep. All these items that have this were removed off the Jeep, prepped properly, sprayed with a Kevlar, and then reinstalled. So that includes the bumper caps, all the side trim. Another thing, the factory side trim, usually after 20 years, it starts peeling off because it has a double-sided tape. So the benefit of us doing the Kevlar is not only refinishing the trim so it looks perfect, but we actually reapply it with our own method that I'm not going to let the cat out the bag. And it's going to stay like this. It's not going to bend the edges. It's not going to come off. And it's absolutely perfect all the way around. It looks beautiful. Rocker panels are completely rust-free. We have a ton of pictures of the undercarriage on this Jeep. The bottom of the doors, the rain gutters, everything are absolutely as clean as can be on this. Jeep does have a 2.5-inch suspension system. It's a mix of Old Man Emu and some other components. Wheels and tires are essentially brand spanking new. The paint correction process, for those that are unfamiliar, essentially, first we clay bar the entire Jeep, we clean it. Once it's been prepped thoroughly, it sits inside so that the paint and everything cools off and gets the normal temperature to essentially operate on, if you will. We start off with different grit sandpapers. Throughout the different grits, we spot sand some areas, but the entire Jeep gets a minimum of a 2,000 grit sandpaper, then a 3,000 grit. And we're taking off a very, very thin micro layer of clear coat off of the Jeep, and then you're left with a dull layer from sanding it down. So the first step is a high-speed compound with a wool pad with mini buffers, big buffers, just to get that clear coat somewhat back to life, but it still has a lot of hazing. From there, we change different pads and use a polish. From there, we use another different pad and a second polish, and then an ultra fine polish. So it's 4 steps of high-speed buffing and compounding. All the trim gets taped off. I mean, it's a major, major job, because a lot of people say, man, where do you find these things? They look like they have new paint. It's a mix of us finding nice ones, but then paint correcting them. We don't charge or add the value of what a true paint correction costs. But if you go to a facility that truly knows how to paint correct, it's anywhere from a $1,500 to a $2,500 service, and that's why our Jeeps look so good as well. We also have our own paintless dent removal in-house now, so any small dings, if there were on this, are now not there. So you're buying a Jeep with no dents, no dings, and absolutely beautiful paint. We also reattach, when we take this bumper cap off, we reattach it with all brand new gray tint hardware, so everything fits secure and all the lines are better. Usually these Jeeps, they're all bowed out and everything else. As you see, just an incredible condition Jeep right here. We are shooting this in 4K, so if you have the ability to watch it in 4K, please do so. Once again, check out the no gap between the trim, and that's going to stay. That's not going to start coming off and folding off like many of these XJs you see going down the road have. Once again, bottom of the doors, absolutely perfect. Rockers are perfect as well. Throughout the entire Jeep, all the door panels are perfectly clean. Dog legs, bottom of the rockers, doors. We have pictures of all that as well. Now, as nice as this Jeep is, please expect some very, very minor wear and tear. But take a look at this paint right there. That looks like it's new paint work, and it's not. That's just part of the wet sanding process, and that's how all the paint on this Jeep looks. You're going to have small imperfections, so just to be clear, paint correction isn't applying paint. It's simply making the top surface that much nicer. So anything that has gone through the clear coat in the paint and the primer will have some slight touch-ups here and there. Inside, 100% smoke-free Jeep throughout. Bottom of the doors, perfect. Bottom of the rockers, perfect. Look at that frame, it's just absolutely spotless. On the pinch weld, that's just dirt. No ripping on the vinyl right here. Carpet is spotless. Seats are perfect, no separation, no stains, no odors, no burn marks. Bolsters perfect. No threads coming out anywhere. Center console's tight. Brackets not broken. Nice media center. 4-wheel drive. AC's ice cold. Excuse the music in the background, but techs are up here doing their thing, so they listen to what they want. You'll get this one day, you'll get country another, you'll get some hip hop. Typical shop. Headliner has also recently been replaced. So going through some of the services, we'll talk about services, mechanical, all sort of those matters all together. Also have rear gate shocks. I'll sort of zip through some of that stuff here in a moment, because this thing is fully serviced as always. I mean, clean, clean, clean. There's the VIN. So we actually went ahead and replaced this side part. It had a typical crack. So when we replace it, we actually replace it with a much thicker material. One of the reasons they crack from the factory is just a very thin material. So in addition to replacing it, we actually build up the bolster as well, because years of sliding in and out, this bolster, as you see my hand go up, this bolster becomes flat. So we rebuild that so it's nice and firm when you get in and out. I'm gonna go ahead and pop the hood. Very, very clean engine bay. This also is an ABS Jeep, which is very nice. You can see right in there, brand new valve cover gasket. Just to go over some of the mechanical and service parts, if you will, starting with the engine, brand new rear main seal, valve cover gasket, oil pan gasket. That's a major service. Differentials have also recently been serviced. Obviously newer wheels and tires. Suspension is not brand new. It was done about a year or so ago, and that's a mix of parts. We did replace some ball joints, drag link bar, stuff like that. The muffler has also recently been replaced. You'll see pictures of that in the photo section of the listing. There was some brake work done as well, but this thing, water pump was also recently done with a thermostat. But this thing is 100% turnkey, ready to go. Gorgeous Jeep. We're going to go ahead and take it for a quick test drive. Hey, Mike, can you grab the door real quick? Thank you, bud. Get you guys out of the banging in there. Not sure where each one of you guys are, obviously, but in Richmond recently, it's been in the mid 90s, and it is every bit of that today. Very, very hot day here in Richmond, and I can assure you I wouldn't be doing this test drive if this AC wasn't ice cold. Let's get this on a wide view for you guys. So all the components have been fully tested, windows, locks, mirrors, they all work exactly as they should. AC is blowing nice and cold. That is a low washer light for the washer fluid that will get filled. Just recently came on. thing literally drives perfect, very smooth. Drive line has no noise. Engine's very smooth. If you take a look at the oil pressure, phenomenal oil pressure. Like I touched on earlier, a very hot day here. AC's on. We're back at 210 temperature wise. There's no driveline vibration. Hard on the brakes, no shaking of the wheel, very smooth. Just engage it, the system in four-wheel drive instantly went in. I can feel how it's gripping on the asphalt. It's definitely in four-wheel drive. Took it right out, disengages, and you wouldn't be able to turn if it was still in four-wheel drive. Do a decently hard acceleration. Smooth shift. Very, very smooth. Well, there you guys go. If y'all have any questions, please feel free to contact us at 855-XJ-JEEPS. That's 855-955-3377. If you're viewing this on YouTube, we use YouTube to host this video. This isn't the entire advertisement for this Jeep. If you're wanting additional information, you're most likely going to get it on our website at davisautosports.com. We do appreciate the comments. However, if you have a question about this Jeep, we typically don't, with everything we have to check between emails and voicemails and follow-ups, we don't go to YouTube comment section to answer questions. So if you have a question and you're serious about purchasing the Jeep, 855-XJ-JEEPS, or you can email us jeeps@davisautosports.com. Thank you.